y'all, Shayla doing this is so wrong. Look how happy mom is. Look how happy Kai is. Look how happy DNisha is to see her mom and to be able to put on this event for her mom. She said, I miss your birthday, I miss Mother's Day, and I want to do something special for you. Y'all, I pray when I get back on my feet and stuff that I can do something like this for my mom. This is so beautiful. This is such a moment just to show mom that, I appreciate you for being there for me when you go through stuff, when you're having hard times. Sometimes it's the just because that makes it feel special. And this did give me an idea, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes we just need to celebrate people while they're here. It doesn't have to be their birthday. It doesn't have to be Mother's Day. It doesn't have to be Christmas. But the just because. The fact that Shayla busting up in here to destroy this, and we know this just a skit, it could be a real life celebration. And her mom looks like such a mom. I thought her mom was gonna be younger, but her mom looks like a mom. She reminds me of my mom. So this is so sweet and so special. You know, Kyle with Granny, and this is just beautiful to me. Separate subject. I just saw the IG saying putting around this evening with Lauren. They like to hype stuff up. Love this. It could be true though. Huh. I love this for mom, and this is beautiful. Ain't it, Kel Candy? This is so beautiful to me. This is so beautiful. Yeah, if Shayla bust up in there, dog, she deserved whatever she got coming. And most of them cousins and people at that table, they ain't even dressed for the occasion. So they came with turn it up in mind. Y'all know how family events go. Baby, it's always that cousin, that auntie, that unc who ready for the smoke. Amen. Somebody in there go get Shayla and Tamara what they need. And both of them need to learn a lesson, especially Tamara. I'm so disappointed in Tamara. She shouldn't have even let Shayla leave. And I understand being a friend, but I'm sorry. I'm not going to go out of state with my friend for no foolishness. I would have not. I'd have been like, dog, you're on your own. Because the chances of Tamara getting wrapped up in some mess that she don't need to be wrapped up in is crazy. That's crazy work. The hair is ready and wearing flats. Baby, a ponytail away from getting them hands laid on you. All it takes is a little quick. Somebody got a ponytail holder, and it's on. Now, we're going to talk about real life for a minute. I need them to get the character some pasties. Can we put some pasties on set? Because that's a beautiful dress, but all I see is her headlights. That's a beautiful dress, but all I see is headlights. All I see is nipples. Come on, y'all, cover that up. Cover that up, y'all. We got to do better on the set. We got to do better on the set. Cover up the nipples. Knowing Shayla, she going to pop up and ruin this event. Baby, she will get popped. All I'm saying, if she pop up, she need to get popped. Amen. Child, she stay cold. I don't know if that's a part of the procedure, that they automatically stay like that, or misunderstanding. Just misunderstanding. I know they sell pasties somewhere. Get some. I'm talking. Look, I'm email Amber Tie Closet. Can you get some pasties? You can sell out on set if you just buy some pasties. Candace, I have that problem. Yeah, look, me too. Candace, you ain't by yourself, girl. I got that problem too. I got some. Oh Lord, I don't know what size I am now. I'm probably about oh Lord. I'm a good 44G or H. I'm a good 44H. H. Yeah. And the girl, yeah. I got that problem naturally. Naturally got that problem. But I know I have to buy my braziers at a certain place. Amen. Yeah, that food look good. Okay, Terrain said there's no way I would have ever left the ATL with Shayla. No way. Auntie Riri was drooling over that food. That food did look good. Only thing I didn't see was the lobster. Get up out of lobster with no pot of lobster. With no pot of lobster. Um, I can never. O'Neal has ruined us, y'all. I can never look at lobster again and not sing that song in my life. I can never. I can go. If I go to Papa Do's today, I'm be like, can I have a pot of lobster? Don't even eat lobster like that. But I be wanting a pot of lobster. I'm in the G class. Okay, that food look bomb. Yes, it did. Brazilian dog says Eterine Epps. My family name, my mom, dad. You might be my family. Okay, that might be DNisha's specialty. Is a pot of lobster. R. Evans, hey, I ain't seen you in the chat in a while. Hey, R. Evans, how you been? My married name. This might be the last straw that breaks the camel back with Anna and DNisha. When Shayla ruins this party, DNisha is gonna whoop her, and Aunt still not gonna want her. Yep. I just want to drag. I want to drag. I want to see what is Shayla. You done came all the way to Kentucky, amen, for the smoke. I want the smoke. Who want the smoke? Who want the smoke? Who want the who want the who? Who want the smoke? If you come from Kentucky, you supposed to have Vaseline already on your face. You supposed to have on some sneakers. You supposed to be full of hen dog or something. You supposed to come. You supposed to come in there barking. But we know Shayla is the puppy and not the big dog at all. Really, Tamara looked like she want to whoop Shayla. Amen. If I was DNisha and Shayla showed up and ruined the event, I wouldn't deal with Anthony ever again. Now, I would deal with Anthony because he paying for it. It ain't tricking if you got it. DNisha about to give Shayla a 12-piece of that bucket from KFC, okay? Baby, she would get Kentucky Fried Knuckles. You hear me? I'm saying again, she would get Kentucky Fried Knuckles. Anthony got to deal with Shayla for the rest of his life. Maybe not. Look, kind legitimized. Yeah, that's a new word I learned. They ain't gonna lie, legitimized. I have to make sure my son legitimized. Anthony got to deal with Shayla the rest of his life. Okay, DNisha already done warned Anthony. It's nuck if your book time. Okay, trying. Okay, y'all, I got 26 people watching. I got 31 people watching and 9 likes. I need y'all to double tap the screen or push the like button. I need y'all to push the like button. We got 31 watching and 9. There we go, 10. Need you to push the like button. I think you can double tap the screen too. Yeah, poor Tamara looks sick with Shayla. Not barking. I'm telling you. She is the puppy. Y'all, I'm ready for this. Y'all double tap the screen. We got 33 watching and 14. We got 41 watching and 19 likes. Let's push that like button for me, y'all. EP93. I like Tamara, but she shouldn't have came there. No, ain't no way I would. Because if she wouldn't have came, Shayla wasn't going to come by herself. I would have made Shayla mama come with her. Since the mama say you crazy, then let the mama come with you. I like Tamara, but she shouldn't have came there. The place looked beautiful. Wayne should have hired DNisha to help decorate the podcast. Yep. I'm telling you, some kind of way, y'all, I feel like even if Kyle legitimized by his birthday, I think that DNisha going to end up throwing a birthday party. I don't think this going to be a deal breaker for him and DNisha. She doing the most because all she had to do was call Anthony and tell him to get there. They could have met up, yeah, and be over with. You got a son and aunt with DNisha. Misery loves company. Yes. Hey, Shan Renee. How you doing, sugar? Shayla and I would have been throwing hands outside the smoke shop. I can't believe she allowed Shayla to talk to her like that. Exactly, Shan Cherie. I'm talking about Shan Renee. I done gave you my whole name, girl. Exactly, Shan Renee. Ain't no way. Especially she keep throwing the kid thing around. I've never heard Tamara say she wanted a child, but I mean, to me, that's a low blow. That's a low blow. I would never, especially women of a certain age, you know, it's like you don't know, especially you don't know if they want to have kids or not. That's kind of like a low blow to me. That's a very low blow to me. Tamara getting free rent. Well, no, Tamara really ain't getting free rent. Tamara gonna have to pay the rent. What are you talking about? She gonna look like she gonna have to pay the whole rent, the mortgage. Tamara gonna have to pay the mortgage. She just told that girl she ain't got no money. And every time they go out, she paying. So that's a misunderstanding, Margaret. Lord have mercy, I'm just talking. Thank y'all. Let me go back up and read the comments. Where I left off, I'm sorry, y'all. Let's start with, I don't know where I left off at. Connected to Serve said, I would like to see DNisha sue Tamara as her lawyer, employer, giving out her personal information. Okay, I was saying that I don't think that Tamara gave Shayla that information. I think she lied about it. To just start drama. Because remember, Tamara was upstairs and she came up there saying, get your stuff ready. Um, she had already called DNisha and went off on DNisha. So I think she got it another way. She may have went into Tamara's stuff or something like that, or got it. I don't know how she got it, but I don't think she didn't get it. I don't think Tamara would have gave her the number. Tamara getting rent free. And she had to pay for everything else. Hell, just for the stress alone of it all. She done paid. Tamara about to lose another good friend behind foolishness. Yep. It's time to move on from that girl house. Yep. I think DNisha will quit. Yep. But even though my middle name is Renee. Tamara got enough money to save to pay the rent for 6 months. Yep. EP93, Tamara about to lose her assistant. Yep. Margaret Smith, no, when she moved, she said no, rent free. Then that's when I found out I had no sound. Will Shay Hoy don't get no money, Auntie. They had paid for a plane ticket and rental car. Tamara probably paid for it, but you remember her mama said. Remember her mom said that just let me know. So maybe her mom did it. Shayla don't even want someone to take care of her, so having his baby would keep her in his pockets. Yep. No audio. Sorry, y'all. I'm back now, though. I guess common sense ain't coming, huh? Mm-mm. Can't hear you sound out. No sound. Y'all can hear me now, right? Y'all can hear me now, right? Shayla kept knocking at the boogeyman door, and boogeyman's coming out. Her name's DNisha. Man, they got to give me the smoke. And should have taken the boy back. He knows the mother. Yep. Tamara did the same crazy thing when she brought Shayla to Dave's house. I can't wait to find out Anthony out. Oh, I hope so. I hope they give us that Hardy Thomas. I hope they give us that. But some telling me it's still going to be his son. But I hope not. I wonder why Ant didn't just tell Shayla he was taking Kyle to town. Because he knew she was going to say no. Well, she may have not said no, though. Remember, she needed rent money. She probably would have said yes. Tamara is unintentionally messy. Yes, she is. We can hear you now. Okay, credit cards. Yes. Tamara is out of her element. She needs to stop hanging around Shayla. Yep. At this point, they need to let Kai is not his child. Please let us have that. Shayla's about to mess this party up. Watch. She should have said no. Yep. So let me give a shout out to everybody. While we're in here, I got 39 watching, 28 likes. Make sure you double click and hit the like button. Frankie Johnson Jr. says Anthony's not obligated to pay child support. Ain't no court order yet. Exactly. It's Shan Renee. Anthony scared of Shayla, and that's so sad. Very sad, Shan Renee. Mills. They sure came up with a fitting distraction from Amber and Dave. Tata should be ecstatic. Yeah, Tata, she on break. Ooh, Lord, she on break. Yeah, Lord. Tata, girl, misunderstanding. She'll be back next week. Because Dave still ain't showed Amber the house. Shayla said to her mom she didn't care if she was going to the Lake Lanier. She wasn't letting him go, and that's in Georgia. Even if it comes out Kai's not Anthony's son, wouldn't that lessen Amber's claim in the divorce? Ooh. Oh, Lord. I don't know. It would be a good plot twist. That would be a good plot twist. If DNisha puts her hands on Shayla, she would definitely stop him from seeing Kai until she needs a babysitter. Mm-hmm. And look like Angelina always on the road, so... And what's that girl name? Zashua done stopped babysitting, so it looked like a misunderstanding to me. I do not believe it was still an affair. Lemmy, that would be the perfect storm for Shayla. And it's not the father. You're not with Aunt. Iman left you for Delisha. Tamara leaves you. Amber cut you out. Wayne in the podcast, and she would have to get a new job. It'll be like that Tyler Perry movie. Remember the Tyler Perry movie where the girl was acting so privileged? She was with Tyler Perry, was she? Was it Tyler Perry or that other dude? The woman, she was cheating on her husband the whole time. Oh, what's the name of that movie? A Family That Prays. And A Family That Prays. And then at the end, she ended up in the projects. But the man, he still kind of looked out for the little boy. But the other dude, I guess, the white guy, he was never legitimized. I would love that for Shayla. DNisha's going to get tired of Anthony because he's too soft for her. Yep. And don't have no backbone. And Shayla is going to be a problem now that she's not with Iman. Amen. So now A Family That Prays. Yep, that's it. That's it. I might watch that tonight. Generational Wealth. Shaquille. Hey, Auntie, I've noticed people saying DNisha is a scammer, but Amber and Shayla pulled out the biggest scam on Anthony. Ooh, they both been trying to take everything from him. Ooh, Shaquille, you better not say that too loud. Yep, A Family That Prays. Thank y'all. William Cartwright. That's right. William Cartwright. Sure is. Boy, that would be... Ooh, can you see Shayla in the projects? Oh, that'll be beautiful. Back at the apartment, talked down to her husband for the man she was having an affair with. Yep, that movie was crazy. That was a good movie. I might watch that tonight. Yep. Yep, it's A Family That Prays, R. Evans. And she used to always talk about her husband. And he would try to love her and stuff. But when y'all think about that, ain't that what Anthony did? The only thing that Amber didn't talk down to him as much as Shayla do. But Anthony has never... DNisha the only woman, and maybe Ro, but DNisha's the only woman who has not totally emasculated Anthony. She might be scamming him, but she's never talked down to him. She really tries to push him to be better. And that's why he pours into her like he do. Because all the other women in his life, none of them poured into him. And I don't care who don't like it. None of them poured into them. They always wanted something from Anthony, including Amber. Amber wanted to be the perfect wife. She wanted the title of wife. She never fought for Anthony except for when she never fought for Anthony except for when another woman would pop up in Anthony's life. That's the only time she would really fight for Anthony at all. So, yeah. No, it would only be adultery. He just trying to get along, no confrontation. Anthony reminds me of Charles McCarter from Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Charles McCarter, Charles McCarter, Charles McCarter. Which one was Charles? As long as the child is not legitimized, he or she is not legal heir. Ooh, or their next of kin. Now that was good, Margaret. So if he not legitimized, then Kai can't get none of that anyway. And then technically, if he divorced Amber and married Delicia, then Big Kai would get everything, or Big Kai would be considered as his son if he adopted him. Ooh, that would be good. Ooh, that'd be some good home cooked karma. Ro definitely never tried to break him as a man. Yep. Let me see what the hidden messages is. What y'all writing? I do not understand why Angelina wouldn't help her daughter. Okay, Ishan Renee said she's trying to groom her to be a professional. Oh, ooh, oh, yeah. You can't say all that now. It's Shan Renee. It's Shan Renee. You can't speak that freely. I like your first sentence though, but yeah, you can't speak that freely. Let me see what the next one say. Okay, yeah, that's some. Sophia, get off my page. Whoever Sophia is. Tamara about to lose an assistant. She should have made Shayla go along. Yep. It's Sharon now. Angelina had enough money to be out there paying people to scam Brody, but won't help her daughter. Exactly, Sharon Renee. If we look at it, Denisha actually the only woman who treated Ant like a man. Yep. She been trying to build him up and don't ask him for nothing, even though that's part of the game. Denisha seems like she really want a family. I think she want the family too. But she got a little scammer in her too. Amber just wanted to win and not have Shayla win. Not have Shayla win and not have what's that girl? Ro win. Ro was a good woman to Anthony. Well, she wasn't totally good, Brazilian. If you look over my thing, after the fact she was. I think Ro didn't really started kind of liking Anthony like that until she knew about Amber and Wayne, having an affair. Cause remember she charged her up after the engagement. I'm gonna try to find some engagement footage. But yeah, generational wealth. When Shayla finds out her mom with Delisha, she already know, and he has a baby on Shayla. That's Shayla biggest karma, and your baby father don't want you at all. That part. Kyle will inherit nothing. Only way to put it in the will. Hey, Tamika Matthews. Why exactly did Rolanda and Anthony not work out? Rolanda didn't want to be with Anthony. She wanted to be free. She just really wanted um, she wanted an intimate relationship with Anthony, but she didn't want to be with Anthony. I have a whole go to my lives. I have a whole 2 hour live uh, going over. It's a late night with Riri, where I go over all the skits with Rolanda and how she said she didn't want to be with Anthony. She wanted to be free, and she even told her homegirls that uh, she made fun of him when he told her he loved her, and I mean she when he told her she loved him. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. When he said "I love you" to Rolanda, she went to her friends at Anthony's house making fun of him. That's why I say Ro wasn't totally legit either. The essay is sharing Renee the essay. I guess the AI picked it up or something. Where he says the SACK. Frankie Johnson. If Anthony not Kai's father, Shayla is going to be in jail in the state of Georgia. There's no statute of limitation for SA. Yup. Because Anthony told Amber about it. She didn't handle it, but Denisha's will. Yeah, she did assault him. Denisha has only known Anthony for 2 months. We would have to compare the other who treated Anthony after knowing him for 2 months. They started yelling at Anthony much later. Okay, so I'm gonna go to your comment, Stephanie. So the first 2 to 4 months that Amber knew Anthony, she was cheating on him with Wayne. She was cheating on him with Wayne. Ro would Ro, she just wanted an intimate relationship with him, and she knew him later. So Shayla she knew him longer than 2 months, but she didn't start yelling at him until he didn't want to be with her no more. So we'll see. We'll see with that because of Chantel. No statute. Okay. Do you think Amber and Anthony's whole marriage was based on revenge rebounding. Mm, explain, Sarah. Tamika Matthews. If Anthony used his head, I'll play the whole not having his name on Kai birth certificate to my advantage. Yep. Cause his name not on it, that's not his child. So it wouldn't do anything else for the child. But he connected to the child. The baby is there, no smoke. The baby is there, no smoke. Is it a new skit out, y'all? Yes, they both unresolved feelings for other people. Oh, okay. Yeah, they both had, unresolved. Yep, I agree with that. I mean, Amber wasn't over Wayne and Anthony was not over Rolanda. Agree, Sarah. Agree, Sarah. I thought that's what you were saying. Yeah, I agree with that. They both needed to heal. But Anthony was like smitten by Amber. He was smitten by Amber. Don't her mom look like Lauren? She do. And if so, could they be sister Lauren? But we got Lauren mama, but she do look like Lauren. Hi, Antonio, Anthony, Shaquille. Anthony and Amber relationship and marriage has been a whole sham. At this point, Dave cheats on Amber. They still gonna blame Anthony. Yep, it's gonna be Anthony fault. It's gonna be Anthony fault. Anthony fault that Dave cheated. As long as a couple is married, there's still possible. Reconciliation. My husband and I reconciled several. My aunt, rest her soul, she married her ex-husband 3 times. I'm talking about full divorces and full marriages 3 times. That's why I feel, feel like it ain't over till God says it's over. And they still have feelings for each other. When Anthony came over to Dave's house, I'm telling y'all, and I look at my footage that I pulled up. She was turned on. She was turned on. Auntie Riri, do you believe Amber and Ernestine gonna have a falling out? What Amber did with Delicia playing like she loved the office space, and Ernestine looked at her. Ernestine already has hidden jealousy. Ernestine is jealous. All that I'm down with my sister and all that, and that's my I go down for my cousin and all that's bull. I don't live that in the real life. All that is bull. That don't mean a hill of beans. When people ready to switch on you, that light can be switched at any time. EP93. It's like the writers forgot about Anthony and Amber being married. We haven't seen any skits of them all this week. No, I think the writers are focusing on, and I'm just assuming because somebody put in my comments that commentators think they know what's in the writer's head. I don't. All I can speak from the mind of if I was a writer. So any commentary I'm giving y'all is based on if I was a writer. Not that I'm a writer or ghostwriter or whatever else, or that I know something. I mean, I'm just speaking from what I would write and what I'm thinking the writers may be thinking. So I'm not one of those commentators that I know everything and it's my thoughts or no thoughts. That ain't me. Wrong channel. But if I have to look at it, I would say EP that the writers are intentionally showing us the grass not greener, that DNisha got secrets. Okay, last week when Anthony confronted Dave, what did he tell him? You think you know my wife. So it was about Dave and Amber, about them getting comfortable with each other, about Dave buying her the house. This focus this weekend is on Anthony. Anthony going down there, Anthony taking Kai, and then DNisha's ex saying, you think you know DNisha, you better watch your bank account. So they're showing us both sides of this affair. I think that's what the writers are doing. So they telling us that the grass is not greener on either way, that both of these people in this marriage who were basically this breakup this time, y'all, it wasn't because Anthony was cheating. Anthony smelled like perfume, and he gave Shayla money without telling Amber. That's what this was allegedly about. Not about her walking outside and he's the man and the little Dave music. So they were on the way or in the route to get back together and to be together. That's the only thing that broke that up. What is Anthony's breaking point because he always trying to handle things his way. When he get put in the hospital, have another panic attack, I believe that the fallout with them two is loading. Yep. It's not going to be a fallout. I think we're going to see simultaneously, we're going to see at the same time, Dave, they're going to show Dave not being as perfect as everybody want him to be, and they're going to show DNisha being not as perfect as everybody want her to be. It's finna come out that the grass not greener for both of them. And I think even after they settle the money and stuff, I do believe, based on Amber's tie closet, that may actually be Amber's house in real life. So some kind of way they got to put that in there, some kind of way, in the script. And it could be something happened to the main Dalton estates and her and Anthony have to live there. I don't know. Justine is very messy, but Amber's such a pleaser. She get on my nerves. Girl, the people pleasing part get on my nerve. EP93, how do you feel about Chase, Liz, and Candace? EP93, I feel like it's a misunderstanding. Because there's no way. I'm sorry, y'all. And I'm speaking freely. If you got a homegirl with a business, always talking about her husband, this, that, and the third, the nosy in you, amen, go on her page and look at her page. Or say, let me see a picture of you and your husband. The proud wife part of it, you go show somebody you call a close friend a picture of you and your husband, of your husband. So you want us to believe they done known each other all this time, and she ain't never looked at Candace's Instagram, and even when they was staying in Rick Ross' house. They done all this, and you ain't never looked on her Instagram. Come on, man. You ain't never looked at her Facebook and seen no pictures of Candace's husband all this time to know he was somebody he was sleeping with. This storyline makes zero sense to me. It's just stupid. That storyline, rewind. So as we see here, they're a happy family, y'all. That's kind of messed up. The Amber extremists believe if Dave cheats, it will be Anthony's fault. Stupid. But don't see that Amber is a married woman technically cheating on her husband. You lose them how you got them. Exactly. Don't DNisha mom look like Lauren? She do look like Lauren. DNisha's mother looks very young. She looks nice. She looks like a mama. She look mama age. I always thought Steen was jealous. She is. That's why she kept urging Amber to leave Anthony. Misery love company. I guarantee y'all, and I said it on another live, and listen to me carefully. If Ernestine gets back with Jay, she gonna be wanting Amber to get back with Anthony. Mark my words. Mark my words. Frankie Johnson Jr. They have to catch Anthony up to Amber because Amber been with Dave longer than Anthony been with this girl. So it's kind of like Anthony behind, not so much. It's Shan Renee. She did not like that office until Lisa gave her the seal of approval. No self-esteem at all. Exactly. And Amber extremists, level 3 Amber, they don't think nothing wrong with that. She has low self-esteem. Amber is the baddest. I'm talking about the baddest. She dressed nice. She look good. When she's sensible, she the sense of reason. I love the Amber character, but I hate the way she's acting now. She studied acting validation. You would think she was an ugly girl or something. She's beautiful, the best dresser on the show. Hands down the best dresser. But she act like she got low self-esteem. I understand it's going to be the one who goes after Dave. Everybody keeps saying that. And Amber once again gets sneaked by someone right under her nose. Steam adamant by keeping others away when she's the snake. Yep, mirror image. I believe it's possible skit storyline. I have a question. Did Anthony ever sign the birth certificate? Frankie, I thought that's what they were doing in court. Because when you get the name change, normally that all happened together, I thought. But people in Georgia have been saying that it's different there, that you could change. I thought that was the whole thing, getting him legitimate. Y'all go back and watch that skit. I'm going to watch it with y'all, but I have so many questions. I have so many questions about that. Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I have 71 watching and 43 likes. Make sure you push the like button. Excuse me. Make sure you hit the like button. Because Ernestine did talk about Amber behind her back. Yeah, to Jay. They called her stupid and was talking about her to Candace. Yeah, but Amber extremists say Steen is her friend. I don't get it. I think Shayla more of a friend than Ernestine is. At least she gonna be 100 with her. My only indirect problem with Ernestine is that she'll warn Amber about Delicia being around Dave, but Steen sneaked her own friend Bree with traits. Sure did. The so-called girls. She's supposed to be a girl's girl. I mean, the fallout between Ernestine and Amber. Someone just said Wayne and the Daltons are getting a divorce. Said Wayne said thoughts to get a divorce. It's over. I'm looking for the interview. What Wayne said. Y'all, just like Ty wouldn't come back to skits. Ayana enters the chat. I don't know if it was just for her members only, but she did a thing like 2 or 3 months ago. Ty put on the skit. This is before he came back to the skits. Ty, crazy Ty, with Jocelyn made a public statement that he was not coming back to the skits. It wasn't a month later he was back on the skits. So you guys, I mean, publicly, why would Wayne tell y'all what's gonna happen? I'm just saying, why would he tell you what's gonna happen? It could be true, but people when they take it for life, like, oh, Wayne said this gonna happen, so we can look for. I mean, that'll take the fun out of it. Come on, y'all. And it could be true. I've always said they may get a divorce. They may absolutely get a divorce, but but I think they'll still reconnect if they decide to go that route. These folks acting crazy in the comments, these extremists coming after the real life actors, they might say that it's not worth it. Amber and Anthony in real life might say it's not worth it. So we'll see. But I know I wouldn't want to take all that to my family. This is like a soap opera, y'all. We get this free entertainment. Again, there's no Country Wayne app that we gotta pay every month. This is free entertainment, and people taking it over the edge. People are being ignorant. People are spewing hate. People are coming after commentators, reviewers, coming after the actors and actresses. This is stupid, y'all. Come on, man. We getting free entertainment, and people are ungrateful, and it don't make sense. Free entertainment. Free. I don't get it. EP93, same thing I said. No way Liz didn't know. No way Liz didn't know. They must not be real friends. Couldn't be real friends. Candace won't take it well that Liz used to talk to Chase. Candace is like nails on chalkboard. She gets on my nerve. Chase again storyline just stupid. And someone in the 7th grade just dumb. Hi, Auntie. A lot of these skits are not realistic. They not. Because that was Chase and Candace. That just took me too far. That took me for a loop. And then her acting like she all hot and stuff. If that did they say 7th grade? If that was the 7th grade, this real stupid. Because ain't no way you been that hot and bothered since the 7th grade. My thing is, we was all worried about Maggie and Chase from how Chase wanted a second he better know about him and Liz. And he was kind of low-key flirting with Liz. And then he asked for her Instagram. Please double tap and hit the like button. Please double tap. Tamara and DNisha. If we got a new skit, y'all, if the Daltons do get back together, we hope that writers write Ernestine has the respect and character. Oh, yeah, she would. That's the first thing. Amber talk about how Anthony didn't take up for her. But Ernestine came into their house repeatedly and disrespected Anthony. I used to think that Anthony and Ernestine was going to cross the line. Because I'm telling you, when you hate somebody so much, that hate can turn to passion in a second. I'm telling you what I know. Okay. Pretty doesn't equal high self-esteem. It really don't. Chase neighbor bad for real. The red furnace. He say the neighbor fine for real. She's the foul. Shayla would activate the Aries in me. Ozzy, hey Ozzy. Evening everyone. Hope all had a wonderful day. Yes. He has signed because the legitimization is a different process. Baby, we need the legitimization then. I went back and watched it. Even when Arby signed the petition, I really thought that's what they did. Yes, Miss Afton, I thought that's what they did. I'm like, how many steps is it? And why would you change the name and he not legit? That was crazy to me. And I don't understand why the child support didn't take place then. That none of this makes sense to me. I may be the only one to think DNisha has changed and really like Anthony. No scamming detected. I want that to be true, Sharon Renee, but it's just certain little things. She was acting a lot like Shayla with her baby daddy, like talking down to him and stuff like that. And the fact that the baby daddy calmly told Anthony, man, you better run for your money. You better run if you got money or something to that effect. That's what I think, Riri. Anything can happen. Yep. Sabrina Hogan agreed. Just like she gave Shayla DNisha number, she could have called her and let her know Shayla was in Louisville looking for her son. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I don't think Tamara gave Shayla that number. Because remember, Tamara said something, like she was going to call or something like that, and she said no. So I think Shayla lying. Best thing for Amber and Anthony is go their separate ways. I think they could heal that way. Yeah. People start taking things too far. Yep. 1984, everyone hated JR. Baby, remind us. But there was no social media. Yep. Please hit the like button. Hey, Angela girl, it's just a skit. Grandma didn't act crazy over Young and the Restless like this. They did not, Miss Afton. They did not. But they did think it was real life, though. I'm telling you, as a child, I thought Victor Nam was real. Because we used to watch that every day. And One Life to Live, I grew up on soap operas. I agree, I don't see Nisha scammer. She hasn't asked him for anything. But Ozzy, the only thing, that's what I kept saying. But O'Neal helped me. Man, I'm telling y'all, that is a part of the game. It is a part of the game. Even with men and women, I gave my confession earlier. I kind of like it sometimes when a man is hard to get. You know what I'm saying? Like if a man say they don't want to do it, that make me want to do it. I mean, I'm just saying. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes that can be a turn on. Especially if you attracted to them, you physically attracted to them and stuff like that, and you kind of want to be like, hey, we grown. And for that person to say no or to like play hard to get, it is kind of like a turn on. So with the money part of it, her saying I don't want the money makes Anthony want to pay the money. And again, Anthony is a counselor like me. I know it's not real life, but the Zodiac Council, we are givers. We will give our last to somebody. We love appreciating and loving on people. We love to see people grow and elevate. We love, to make people give people their best life. And sometimes that's our downfall. Because like with me, when I did have money, and it wasn't no big money, if I seen somebody, if I go out to the bar or something, I seen that maybe somebody I'm with or somebody I know didn't have it, I'm going to buy you a drink. Say, Dad, what you drinking? I got your food tonight. I love blessing people. But sometimes that can be your downfall too. Because everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. Rest in peace, Mo 3. EP93, that's why I don't believe actors outside the skits, because I don't follow the storyline. I want to follow the storyline. Yeah. You can't go by what they say outside the skits. For real. The thing is to throw you off. Think about the interview that I had. Thank you for the super chat, Suzette. Just a moment. Let me get to the super chat. Okay, super chat. Anthony just gave DNisha Mom $10,000 in front of everybody. He finna get jacked. He is finna get jacked before he leave Louisville. Oh, Lord. Lord. A fool and his money will soon part ways. Okay, y'all. Oh, it's a bunch of comments. Y'all, I didn't know all these comments from here. I'm sorry. I'm slow, y'all. Luke and Laura. Y'all, I'm sorry. I missed a whole bunch of comments. Auntie Renee, we live in Texas. Child support and paternity law is different case. Yep. The legitimization threw me, yeah. Because when we went to, I would have never put my baby dad on child support, but we had a misunderstanding one day. He threw some money at me, and then it was a misunderstanding. Then we had to go on child support. But anyway, that's a long story. There's neither here or there. But yeah, And like they say it's monthly in Georgia. I said, I got my child support check weekly. Amen. Got, as in past tense. New skit, Anthony giving his speech. Anthony just a big dummy, Lord. Okay, y'all, I'm finna go and catch this. Thank y'all, everybody who was on the live tonight. I'll be back with y'all shortly. Love y'all. And thanks again to Suzette for the super chat.